The best class setup for the Cordite is going to be long barrel, rapid fire, grip with the belt feed operator mod, as well as dead silence. So a great alternative to dead silence is going to be gung ho, because that'll give you a reduced sprint out time. So especially if you're running and gunning, that is a great way to go over dead silence. Unless the enemy players do have acoustic sensor, then you're definitely going to want to stick with dead silence. You could also try incorporating FMJ into the class setup if you don't need grip, or you don't really feel like you're going to be taking people at those further engagements. You could always swap out FMJ for long barrel as well. So that's pretty much the class setup. I'm going to explain why I'm using the specific attachments I'm using throughout the video. I'm also going to do a gameplay breakdown so you have a better idea on how to utilize this weapon, because I think it's kind of pointless to give you the best class setup and not show you how to use it. I think there's a lot of videos out there doing that, and the goal of my overall channel is to help you improve regardless of your skill level. And I know it works because I get several direct messages on Twitter as well as comments within the comment section from subscribers telling me that they're improving on a regular basis. So if you are looking to improve, enjoy the video in any way, or find it helpful, please remember to hit that like button. And if you want more content, make sure you hit that red subscribe button, turning it to gray, and ring that bell so you'll get notifications every time a video goes live. And it also looks like 72.5% of you haven't yet subscribed. So if you're one of those people that are currently watching this video, make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. So when they released that 1.17 update, they went ahead and buffed pretty much every SMG except for the SOG. And the Cordite did receive a buff at its 5-shot range from 4 meters up to 7.5, which isn't exactly the furthest distance, but it is definitely a noticeable buff when you're in those close range engagements. And they went ahead and increased the 6-shot range from 16.5 meters up to 19 meters, which is pretty decent considering that 6-shot range is going to be increased to about 24 to 25 meters when you have that long barrel attachment equipped, which is pretty much the furthest range you ever want to engage someone with an SMG if you're not playing hardcore. So one thing I see a lot of people debate with is between running the extended mags or running the belt feed operator mod. And I get where the debate comes from, because a lot of times people will see, okay, you need 3 pick 10 slots to run the operator mod as well as the attachment, and you're only going to run 2 if you're going to run extended mags with that primary gunfighter 1. But the thing that kind of makes it tricky is if you actually use scavenger. When you actually use the belt feed operator mod, you don't need to use scavenger, and scavenger doesn't even really work with that particular attachment. So when you look at it that way, they're pretty even in terms of the pick 10, because it takes 3 slots and 3 slots. And the benefit with the belt feed operator mod is that if you're going to equip another perk 1, whether it's flak jacket, engineer, tac mask, you're not going to have to use 2 pick 10 slots to do it. And I know there's some people that do not like that overheating mechanic, but from my general experience of playing it for several matches and several hours, I think I've only ran into the issue of overheating maybe twice. So now we'll go ahead and transition to a gameplay breakdown. This one's a little bit different. If you're looking on the screen, you can see my hit marker counter, and that is how many times I get hit with bullets. And I did this similar thing back in World War II when I do the flawless V2 rockets and stuff like that. So if you've been with the channel for a while, you're familiar with this concept. And for anyone new to the channel, pretty much I'm going to add up every time I get hit. So if I get into a gunfight, I get hit 3 times, I'm going to put 3 hit markers there. And I think that's something always fun to put on the screen, because a lot of times when you play smart, you're going to put yourself in position where you already win the gunfight before it even started. And obviously this isn't how I always play, because I'm going to play a little bit safer than normal, because obviously I'm trying to make a video for you guys where I'm trying to demonstrate good behaviors that can be replicated when you're playing multiplayer. So on this map, there are a lot of short sight lines as well as very long sight lines. So you're going to have to make sure you're sticking to those shorter sight lines. I know there's a guy on the right, so I'm kind of pre-aiming that. I saw him on the mini map. I pre-aimed him and I was able to take him out. You can see I go ahead and peek behind me, see if anyone's there. Now I'm pushing up through this area. I'm not sure if the spawns have flipped yet. I'm debating if they're behind me right now or they're in front of me. Looks like there's a little bit of action going around this side, so I'm checking out the dot. And that's a lot of times what you're going to be doing. You're going to be chasing the mini map. There's no UAV in the air, so you got to kind of gather that information as best you can from where your teammates are. And as I come around the corner, this guy's able to give away his position. I'm able to hit him from behind. And you'll see this long walkway to the right where the stairs are. I do not ever peek that way with an SMG, because I am going to be outgunned 9 times out of 10. Obviously, if I had a longer range weapon like a rifle, a tactical rifle, or an LMG, I'd be more inclined to take that sight line, knowing that there's probably 2 or 3 people sitting on head glitches somewhere in that back spawn. And that's just common sense. We know that if we pick that long sight line, that's where people position themselves. You can see them all flooding up. And since I was a little late coming around the corner, I wasn't able to get as crisp shots as I would like. And in the moment, I had no clue where the guy disappeared to, but I am going to go ahead and chase this red dot in the minimap. I'm assuming it was him. It didn't turn out to be him, because it was the 0 character. Then there's a guy upstairs, so I go to move around, dead silence on so the guy can't hear me. I'm right behind him, make sure I line up that shot this time, don't miss any shots, and I'm able to clean that guy up. Looks like there's a lot of action in that general direction, and I actually had to go to theater mode to figure out where this guy comes from. I guess he runs right up the middle of the map, jumps up where I killed Spectre, and then comes around and jumps out the window immediately behind me as I cross into this doorway. Luckily, I'm able to snap on, turn around, use that as cover, and win the gunfight, but unfortunately, because of bad timing, I end up getting shot in the back for 2 hit markers. So it's one thing to run up against someone using Zero that actually hacks your streak. It's another to go up against someone who literally destroys every streak with the double FMJ Titan. I actually looked at the guy's perspective, and he pretty much shoots down everything. UAVs, helicopters, sniper's nests, pretty much if it's in the air, he's gonna shoot it. So right now I'm chasing down this player. They have no clue that I'm behind them. I'm making sure I close that distance because I want my engagement to be within that 5-shot range. And something I wanted to point out is based off the way the match is playing out, I'm saving that grab slam for a worst case scenario. So if someone comes up on me, I'm not really expecting them. So I can go ahead and use it as my get out of jail free card. Or if I see a good opportunity to kill a few enemies, I can go ahead and use it then. Or maybe I just want to get rid of a barricade because I'm in a bad spot. That could be used for that as well. So as I come through the doorway, you saw that I peeked the spawn real quick. I see someone's in this general area, so I'm being cautious. You can see how kind of I'm centering, seeing where the guy's at. I'm peeking up the stairs, kind of set up, see if I can close the distance. Then I grab slam, thinking there was 2 guys there, but it looked like it was just one, or my teammates happened to kill the other right before I got there. So I don't have a good idea of where enemies are, but you can see where my teammates are located, so more than likely someone's on this side. I did hear the guy's footsteps, so I was able to take him out before he even had a chance. So right now I'm only 5 off my next streak. As I come around the corner, you're going to see how I take this cautiously. I'm trying to see what's going on. I do see the guy that threw the smoke, the Spectre, gets eliminated, and then I go ahead and rotate away. But you can see the angle that I'm taking that engagement so that pretty much I'm only able to see the guy on the top of the steps and no one at the bottom of the steps is able to see me. So that's not really clean shots there. I probably could have been a little bit more accurate, but as I come around, it looked like my teammate was able to kill himself along with 2 enemies next to that barricade, and now I'm rotating all the way around this left side. And if you happen to catch my video talking about navigating the map, you'll know that this is an ideal flank route because it is an under-traveled area of the map. As I was running up, I heard the guy shooting his launcher, and the guy obviously has ghosts, and this is a guy who's been shooting down my streaks. So I think he has a combination of the Titan and a launcher so that he can shoot down pretty much everything like I was talking about. There's another guy who just spawned in, starts shooting stuff down, and it looks like he killed my strike team. So I got to go ahead and try and come and clean him up. Looked like my teammate was able to finish the job, and now the spawns have flipped again. Right now, since I can see a bunch of things going on in the mini-map, I'm going to use that information, go ahead and peek this really quick, seeing if anyone's here. I peek the back area, end up getting hit markers. So I end up getting a second hit marker. So now I've received 3. I go ahead and jump over. I ended up peeking the guy on the top of the stairway, and I'm seeing if I'm baiting him. He thinks I went the other way. He's pre-aiming. He's not even noticing that I'm here. End up coming up here, take him out really easy because he's just a typical camping Titan user, and then I go ahead and move around to the outside of the map. You can see my teammates kind of camping in this room up here, and it looks like the spawns have flipped again, so I decide to make a little bit of an aggressive play, see if I can shoot people coming out of spawn. As I come around, the guy's right here in front of me. I'm able to take him out pretty clean, and unfortunately I take damage here because I missed a couple shots. I actually slowed that down, see if I could do anything differently in that scenario, and if I would have landed the shots as the guy was jumping out of the window, I would have been in a very good spot to make sure I connected every bullet, and the guy would have got 0 hit markers on me. So not bad so far, only 5 hit markers, and I've been able to kill 16 people consecutively. And that doesn't even count my score streak kills so far, and right here you can see my teammate still camping in the exact same spot. He didn't move. He actually got 3 teammates sitting there now. There's not a lot of movement going on for my team. Go ahead and come around. The guy's distracted on my strike team. Able to take him out. There's another guy, but my strike team's able to melee him. So I work my way back towards my teammate who's still standing in the exact same position, aim down sight. You see he got his little mesh mine system set up here, and I thought I was actually going to be able to take out 2 of them there, but it looks like I was able to take out 1 and my teammate was able to take out the other. So if you look at the mini map, you can see my teammate just spawned in that back area. I recognize that and I turn around. You can see all the enemies are on this side of the spawn. That's where my strike team was, so as soon as you flip the spawns, the strike team starts to go to work again. You can see there's a guy down low. He's engaged with my strike team. I land the shots there, pretty clean. I'm looking to see if anyone else is in spawn. There's a guy sitting on a head glitch, kind of in the back, where you'd expect him to be, but he's focused on my strike team, so I get a nice, easy kill. Go ahead and coming up, my teammate's still holding this spot down with all of his mesh mines. The best kind of teammate you want. I land a couple hit markers there. I'm debating if I want to push out or not, because this guy has a little mesh mine haven set up. Not sure who the heck plays like this, but this is a good waste of mesh mines. He could have put them a little bit further away, but maybe you got an opportunity to hit multiple people. Pretty sure if you hit this little series of mesh mines, you're going to destroy all of them at once. So I'm debating exactly how I want to challenge this. I wait for the UAV to pass. Looks like there's a few more down in this spawn. So what I'm doing is checking it out, seeing what's going on. Looks like there's still a few further down, so I'm going to take a different angle. Looks like the guy's running from right to left. I'm able to shoot him. My teammate's up top, so he's distracted by that. And then I have another strike team. And I saw that someone just killed my teammate, could possibly coming down the stairs. So that's why I'm pre-aiming that section. There's barbed wire there, so there's not really much I could do. So I start cycling back around this side. And as I go back around over here, the teammate is still sitting on all those mesh mines. So that is how it's done. Hopefully you guys did learn something from today's video, or you found it helpful in some way. Please remember to hit that like button. And if you are one of the 72% that haven't yet subscribed, now is the time to double check and make sure you are subscribed by turning that button from red to gray with notifications on. I do appreciate all the support. We'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.